Hi, I'm Sarah from sarahkbrandiscontent.com, and this video is part 2 of a 3-parter. So from my original blog post, the top 3 tips that I have for helping to get your small business through this upcoming recession, which you can find a link to in the comments if you want to read ahead. I promised you guys that I would come on and do 3 individual videos where I would go a little deeper into each of my 3 tips. So if you want to recap on video 1, I'll put the link to it up here. Video 1, my first tip, was really about how to get referrals, which you might not immediately think of as marketing necessarily. It's certainly a lot less labour intensive than many other types of marketing you could do, which is why it's an excellent thing to be doing in a recession. It means that you need to put a lot less of your time and effort into marketing your business, and yeah, it saves you a lot of energy, because getting through a recession is going to be hard, but we're going to do it. So in part 2, this video, I will be talking about how to get repeat customers. Again, much like referrals, this is very low time and energy investment for you in terms of the marketing that you'd need to do. When somebody is referred to you, as I explained in the previous video, that relationship has been built by the person who's referred them, in a nutshell. I'm oversimplifying here for the sake of a quick recap. But with the case of a repeat customer, what we're talking about now, you've already done that marketing once. You've already got them as your original customer the first time around. So you've brought them through that whole sales funnel that I often describe, of coming from being a cold lead at the top of the funnel, coming down to being a warm lead, and then coming further down your funnel to being that paying customer. So they've already been through that journey. For them to be a repeat customer, they don't go through the whole journey again. They don't need to be a cold lead, a warm lead, and a conversion. You've already done that work. So you're just simply re-engaging them and making them your customer again. So an awful lot of that work, that time and energy that you put in the first time, you don't need to repeat that. As long as you've kept them engaged in some way over the months or years, however long it's been, they'll remember you, they'll remember the value they got from you the first time around, and hopefully they'll be willing to part with a bit of money to work with you again. That's the idea. So how might you do that? One of the very best ways to keep your existing customers engaged and then bring them back as repeat customers is to have them on your email list. If you're sending regular email newsletters, then you're staying in constant contact with them. Now, sure, you can do this on social media as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Just bear in mind that it might be harder work for you, because on social media, you don't own your contacts. You are kind of a slave to the algorithm. So you could have them as fans of your Facebook page. You'll be posting and posting. They might not see very many of those posts. It'd be better if you're doing it the social media way. My advice is to have them in a Facebook group, so that you're not swimming upstream fighting that algorithm. They're more engaged, they're more likely to see what you're posting. People in a Facebook group I describe as a warm audience, whereas fans on a Facebook page I typically describe as your cold audience, just FYI. But back to the email list, because that is my favourite method, and it's not just me. Statistically, email marketing is the most cost-effective way to keep your clients engaged and to bring them back as repeat customers. What I would be doing is making sure that I've stayed in touch. If you've ignored your list for a while, and I've gone through periods of that too, send them a couple of re-engagement emails. And what I mean by re-engagement is send them some pure content. Remind them how awesome you are. Record some videos, write some blog posts, write some wisdom down purely in the email and send it to your list, because they need to be reminded of you. And then when it feels like the right time, start making some offers again, because you want to go from simply reminding them who you are to actually engaging them enough to convert them, to get them to become your paying customers again. So start making some offers to them. For example, if you are a coach, as a lot of my clients are, then you might want to consider offering a discount on a coaching package. I know there's a lot of argument out there. Should we be discounting our services just simply due to COVID-19? Is that the right thing to do? Whether it's right or not is entirely up to you as a business owner. If coaching or your business is your sole source of income, I think getting a lower fee for your services is better than getting no fee and not selling anything at all. So if you're not converting clients right now because of the current climate out there, that was a tongue twister. If you're not converting clients because of the current climate, red lorry, yellow lorry, then why not drop your prices a little bit and see if it helps? And I think when you do that, be really honest in your marketing. When you're writing your email to your clients and you're telling them about this offer, I think it's perfectly fine and probably the right thing to do to say, we are all struggling in this crisis. I've got less clients, I've got more available spaces. I'd love to offer them to you, my former clients, my people who've known me for years. I'd like to offer these spaces to you at a discount because of your loyalty, because you've been to me before, because you still receive my emails. I think that's perfectly fine. Rather than trying to jazz it up and make it a promotion for promotion's sake, just be honest. If you're going to discount for COVID, say that you're discounting for COVID. People love honesty, and it's really refreshing in marketing. There are so many whiz-bang, jazzy adverts out there that promise the earth. I think when somebody writes a piece of marketing content that's really honest, I think it's refreshing, and I think people resonate with that. And if you're a coach, a therapist in a sort of a psychological role, I think your honesty is particularly important, because people don't want to feel that they're booking in with a jazzy car salesman type character. They want an honest person that speaks the truth, because, if they do book in with you, hell, they're going to be in your office talking to you about their problems with COVID-19 and probably their business or work struggles. God, I said in your office, didn't I? That was a bit of a flashback from the before times. It will of course be on Skype or Zoom because of the current pandemic, but you know what I meant. When you're working with somebody, they're going to be talking to you about the current climate. I don't think we can avoid it. So I think if you're going to offer a discount because of the current situation, I know I've said this a few times, just be honest about it. Call it like it is. People love honesty. And that's important in all of your marketing communications. Just be honest. Okay, here's a curveball. What about if you decide that you don't want to offer a discount? I would say, and this is less about marketing and more of just a general business thing, but if you don't want to offer a discount on one-to-one, but you still need to be making money, then perhaps you might want to consider offering group coaching online, because that will be lower cost for each group member. But if you book enough people, you can still be making a considerable amount of money. If that's the case, then again, the best way to get people into that group coaching scenario is going to be to invite them via email. So again, you want to have them on your email list, or failing that, in your Facebook group, so they're still your warm audience, so that you can speak directly to them, not be fighting Facebook's algorithm, and making sure that they get their eyes on your offer. So make them an offer. Total sidebar, not about marketing. It's insanely hot today, and I've moved my fan away so that I can record this without fan noise. I'm watching myself on the screen and I can see my hair frizzing while I'm recording this. That's how hot it is. Anyway, back to business. The last thing I wanted to say in today's tip number 2 about getting repeat clients is just to remind you about the point of going for repeat clients is that you don't spend a lot of time and energy trying to engage and convert cold audience members right now. You need to be putting all your resources on making money this month, next month. If you think about your colder audience members, who are your fans on Facebook, perhaps followers on other social media platforms, but those people who have not yet joined your Facebook group or signed up to be on your email list, those people that aren't that close to you and aren't quite ready to be your customers yet, you don't want to completely ignore them, because there's a gardening analogy that I like to use here. I like to think of them as seeds that you plant that you might harvest in 6 months' time or so. But with your warmer audience, they're more like fruit ready for picking. They're not quite in your fruit basket yet, but they're closer. They're more ready to become your customer. And if you're worried about putting food on the table this month and next month because of the current climate, then you want to put more of your time and energy into picking the fruit of your warm audience, but don't forget to sow the odd seed for your cold audience. So do still hop onto your Facebook page, do still do a bit of social media outreach to make sure that people are coming into that overall marketing funnel, because those people who are cold audience now, a few months from now will be warm audience, and a few more months time will perhaps some of them will become your customers as well. So don't stop feeding that overall funnel, but I think for the sake of getting through the current crisis, focus more attention on your warm audience. And that, in fact, is tip number 3, which I'll be going much deeper into in the next video. So do hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to make sure you get notifications so I can tell you more about that in the next video. One more quick thing to tell you about. I have an offer right now. For the next few days until the end of May, there's 50% off my current training bundle, which is all about how to build your own email list from scratch, nurture them, and look after your warm audience in there. So if you don't currently have an email list, or you don't have a very good one, or you don't really know what you're doing with it, and particularly if you want to use MailChimp because it's free and awesome, then I can teach you how to do that from start to finish. And it's really important to be growing your email list, not just for now, but for the future of your business as well, because that's where you can best nurture those warm leads. And that's where you can keep a constant flow of clients coming from if you're emailing them regularly with your offers as well as your content. It's very important that you nurture them and don't just demand their money. But more on that in the training. I'm going to pop the link to that in the description below as well. If you're watching this video after the end of May 2020 and you're like, oh, I missed the discount, I'll give you points for watching this video to the end. Come and hit me up on social media, Instagram, Facebook, here, wherever you want. Send me a direct message or tag me in the comments, and I will drop you a discount link just for you. Bye for now.